Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tabang and today we're going to be talking about brushes. But before we get to that, I am chilling in my pajamas in the living room on the floor. There's a lot happening today, but I just decided to change the background a little bit, just change the view, you know what I mean? Okay, to be honest, I've been shaded quite a bit. My friend texted me, Catherine, and she was like, I'm sick of your background. So I was like, okay, let's change it up. Today we're going to be talking about my brush collection, or what I use, the tools that I use to do my makeup. All these are my brushes. Well, this is actually not all of them. This would be good as a thumbnail. I think I'll try it out. It's been a requested video, so I thought, why not? And if you see me looking over there, that's because that's where my talking points are. Now, just to let you know that 99% of the brushes that I own, I got them from AliExpress. And brushes are expensive. You know, they're just as expensive as makeup sometimes, and it is important to get like proper tools for your makeup game. But it's just, I want to show you that you can get proper tools the cheap way, you know, the affordable way. AliExpress allows you to like buy anything. You can literally buy anything off AliExpress and ship it to South Africa. It takes about 3 months, so you do have to keep that in mind. And yes, you're basically ordering something from China, getting shipped to South Africa, and then you gotta pay the post office charges to collect your items. I'll start off by talking about the most expensive brush set that I own, which is the Jessep brushes. I bought these for $22, which is around about 315 rand, and I bought them a year ago, I believe. These are honestly the best brush set that I own, and I would actually highly recommend these. I'm just gonna take them out of this is a pen holder. Oh, by the way, brushes are like socks. Some of them disappear. I believe this is supposed to be like a 15 piece brush set, but some of them might have wandered off. I love these brushes so much. I just love them. Like, they hold up really well. They don't shed. The true test of brushes is how many times you wash them and if they shed afterwards. Like, honestly, these have been so good to me. I know another thing that people have requested me to talk about, or rather go into much detail about, is what you use your brushes for. So I'm gonna quickly try do that while I sort myself out. But these are like face brushes, right? So I would say these are okay. Well, the good thing about some of these brushes is that it's written on there. Like, if you can see, this one says powder brush, this one says face definer, and then this one says luxe highlight. Now my thing is this, like, I don't care what a brush says, I'm gonna use it however. So I don't think sometimes you have to go with what is exactly written. In my opinion, you have to study your face shape and then use the brush however you choose. But yes, I do use this for powder or blush. This is too big for blush. I've learned my mistake from, if you watch the 10-minute makeup video, I use this to blush up, and it literally like put blush all over my face. I use this sometimes as powder, or just to set the concealer underneath my eye. It just tugs it really well. It's honestly an all-purpose brush, this one over here. I love it. I also love how dense they are. I don't know if you can see. They're really, really dense. Sorry, my brushes are a little bit dirty, but it's just, I love how dense they are. And then this one is also a highlight brush. Sometimes I use it as blush. Okay, minimal shading, but I mean, that's probably like the first piece of strand of hair that I've ever seen come out of that brush. So these are like the eye brushes. Well, this one says face shape, so this brush over here says face shape, but I honestly use this for concealer underneath my eyes sometimes. I don't know what it is about like the denseness that like packs on the concealer really well underneath the eyes. I just do that. I've never used it for anything else. Honestly, this is probably the least used brush in this collection. Like, sometimes I don't even reach for it. And then these are my eye brushes. Well, no, I keep lying. But this is for the wing liner. It says their wing liner brush. But I actually use this for my lips sometimes. I've never used this for a wing. And it's actually so clean, meaning it hardly gets used. And what is this? Okay, random brush. We'll talk about you later. What is this one here? Oh, this one says concealer buffer. So I guess it's similar, very similar to these, but whatever. And then cream shader. So I will use this one to like cover out my brows. You know, when you put concealer and you just want to cover out your brows, That's what I would typically use this flat one for. And then these ones are for my eyelids. Now this, if I could buy these brushes, like have multiple of them, I would do that because I love them so damn much. Like this one right here is the golden child in the family. It's because I love how precise it is, and I think I've emphasized that a couple of times. I just love how you can go into my very folded lids. As you can see, I've got folds in my eyes, and I don't have a huge lid space, so it's just easier to work with this brush because it really does go into those folds on my eyes. And then blend things out a little bit with this one, which is also blended. This one's just a little bit thicker than this one over here. And then these ones are literally blending brushes for me. These are too big for my lids because this one over here says crease brush, but this is just going to be too much. As you can see, if I put it over there as my crease brush, it's already like underneath, it's above my crease and also on my lid. So I don't ever use this as a crease brush. I use this to blend and blend and blend. I've washed these multiple times. They haven't shed dramatically. They've held up for a year that I've had them. I don't know if I've had them for a year or 2 years that I've had them. They've held up really well, and I would highly recommend this brand. Like, kind of emphasize that. And I mean, for 300 Rand, okay, I'll talk a little bit late, or maybe I can talk about it now, but like, you know, I was at the shop the other day and I saw EcoTools brushes, which are also amazing. I used them from a friend, hi Karen, and they are super amazing. But like, there were 5 of them for around about the same amount, you know, like 200 Rand. So yeah, as a starter, I would say maybe get these. You're gonna wait 3 months, but these are worth the wait. If out of all the brushes I'm talking about, you want to only get one, buy these. Random one, this is not a brush, but this is a disposable spoolie. I bought these also a year ago. I bought them for my sister because she also likes to draw on her brows. There's not a day in my sister's life that she does not draw on her brows. No makanjan. So I bought her these disposable spoolies, and I literally picked out like 5 of them out of 100 pack. So there were 100 disposable spoolies for like $6, which is around about 85 Rand. And I just love these. I don't share them with anybody, but I just love these disposable spoolies. I think they're affordable. If you're a professional makeup artist and you're working on multiple people, these are good for you. I throw them in the washing machine. That's how I wash the disposable spoolies, not the brushes. And it just like works really well. I love these. I don't know what it is about like the firmness or whatever, but it just works. Like, I almost feel like you can't go wrong with a spoolie, or you cannot ruin a spoolie. Like, what are you doing if you create the worst spoolie out there? I don't know. But anyway, I just forgot to tell you guys, every single brush I'm talking about, there'll be a link to the brushes down below in the description box. If there is, so one of them, as I was researching for today's topic, the link wasn't working, so I'll just recommend another brand to try out. Another brush set that I've gotten from AliExpress is this one right over here. This is the 15 brush set from Maange, Maange. I got these for $8, and that's around about 114 Rand. These are also good brushes. I think I've had these longer than I had those first brushes. This is my favorite. Ooh, mwah. This is my favorite blush brush. I just love how it just tugs and hugs the cheek really well. It's sort of like angled. I don't know what they did with the shape of this. Is, as you can see, it's like angled, and then if you look at it like right in front of you, I don't like. There's just something about it and how dense it is. It just like hugs the cheeks really well. And then I've got a fan brush for obviously that highlighter look. I've also got a blush brush or powder brush as well. And then these 2 brushes, unfortunately these don't say like what they're supposed to be used for, but I use these for contouring. I like how weirdly angled this one is. It's like, I don't even know how to describe this. And then this one as well, when you're contouring, like I don't have a huge face, so when you're contouring, this just helps like direct the contour to where you like it to be. Same as this one. I don't know what else to use this for except for contouring. Just checking on that wig. Once again, these are really dense, which is good. I like dense brushes. They're not flimsy at all. But then I also have this foundation brush over here. I honestly don't use this. I don't use brushes for my face. Okay, my legs just went numb. I need to readjust my position. Oh my goodness, my legs asleep. Okay, stop being dramatic. This is a foundation brush. I honestly don't use foundation brushes. If I do, I'll brush it up and then go over, smoothen everything out with a sponge. That's just my technique. So I hardly ever use these, but it's usable. It's got some use, I guess. And then these are the eye brushes, right? Now, the problem that I have with this brush set is that a lot of the brushes are repetitive, if that makes sense. And a lot of the brushes don't make sense to me. Like, okay, let me talk about the repetition. All these brushes that you see here are like flat and thin. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if you can see what I mean. So I use these to also like underneath my brows, just shape the brow, or I'll use these to blend in my lip if I'm doing like a lip combo. But basically they have the exact same theme, which is what made me feel like this wasn't worth it for me. Who needs 2, 4, 6, 8? Who needs 8 lip or brow brushes really now? And then these ones, I will use this to blend. I will use this one also as an angled brush. I love this as one. I'll use this for concealer underneath my eyes. Another flat brush. Lip, like all these are just flat brushes. Lip, flat brushes. So in category, I've actually got more than 8 lip flat brushes. Then there are these weird shaped brushes that I don't know what to use them for. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I like what do I do with this? It's like cone shaped, very dense, very hard on the lid. It's very rough on the lid. I should probably throw this one away. Same as this one over here. It's like, I guess sometimes I'll use this like when I contour on my nose to just go in there because it's so precise, but I don't know what to use this for, and it doesn't say on the label. This one, I try using it underneath, like when I put a color underneath the eye, it doesn't work. It just disperses the color everywhere. It's too thick. This brush set is the one that has given me a couple of problems. For example, where's the brush head there? Where's the brush? Like, what? As you can see, I don't know if you can see really well, but there are the hairs for the brush, ne? What am I gonna do with this? And it's so stiff. Before it went down, before it shrunk, okay, I just destroyed my brush, but I really don't care. Before it shrunk, like, just did that. This was a foundation brush, but as you can see, it came off. This is the only brush that like shades a lot, and it's such a pity because I love this brush. I love it as a foundation brush. Unlike these foundation brushes, this one, there's something about it. I don't like the flatness of these, just personally, but this one, there's something about it that's like thick and like pointed, that it just like goes over and applies really well, picks up the product really well. But it shades, like this one has been so disastrous. I've been doing my makeup and it like shades over my face. So what I use this for, because it's so dense, I use it for powder. So I'll powder underneath my eyes or just powder the rest of my face. I love it for that. But out of the entire brush set, this was the most disappointing because I really liked. And it like, I mean, can you see that? It just shades so badly, and you wash it and it shades. This brand is the only brand where the brushes came off the handle quite a few times, but it is what it is, I guess. You can glue this back to the stem. I call this the stem. Please forgive me if it's not, but I feel like you can glue it on. It's not that serious. But the trick is also, when you're washing your brushes, don't immerse them all the way with water. Try to immerse the water just over here. If I didn't mention that, these wash really well. They're good. They're good brushes. I've washed them multiple times. I haven't had any issues with the majority of them, so they're good brushes too. And we're gonna go into my list of my other brushes. My mom had the privilege of going to the the US. She went on a church conference to the US, so she bought me elf brushes. Now, these are good. It's like got a spoolie. It's just a 5-piece situation. I don't know what this is for. What does it say? Small stipple brush, eyeshadow C brush, and then this one says concealer brush. I just use them. Like I said, I don't use them how they say. These are good brushes, but like this side came off on the spoolie brush. That's when I knew. I was like, my AliExpress can just compete with elf. Like, as soon as this came off, I was like, there's nothing special. Not that there isn't anything special. These feel steady. There's something about the hold in here. I know 10 years to come, I'm still gonna have this brush. Also, a casing like cracked a little bit. I don't know if you can see. These are small. Oop and a oop. I'm annoyed, but like, it's okay. These things don't bother me that much, I guess. Maybe they do, and I just shove it to the back of my mind, like all my other traumas in life. I love these too. I really, really love them. This is like great for a highlighter. Like, it's just, there's something about this brush with a highlighter. It just does the things, man. And then this one, you just dip it in your shimmer after you cut your crease, and you just like apply this blush. The way it's so dense, it just picks up a lot of blush, and I love that about this brush. So yeah, that's another brush set. And then onto onto my other brushes. There's a shop here in Cape Town, or in the Western Cape, called Mimikyu. A friend of mine made me aware that there might not be Mimikyu in the rest of South Africa, and I was like, oh, okay, she's from Joburg. So Mimikyu sells Chinese makeup, or rather, let me say, counterfeit makeup. I'm gonna make a whole video of it. But they also sell brushes, right? As you can see, this brush here says Naked 2. Now, I don't think Huda Huda Beauty sells these type of brushes, but they do sell a lot of like knockoff stuff. Their brushes are okay. I haven't bought a lot of their brushes. Let me be completely honest. I think what's disappointing about Mimikyu is that they will sell these brushes individually. So it kind of makes it expensive. You know, they'll sell this for like 15 Rand, 20 Rand, 30 Rand. So I'm like, just go to AliExpress and buy yourself the whole set. But I've had these brushes for quite some time. This one separated, but I mean, my other brush set separated. So like, what do you do, baby? What do you do, baby? You know, that was weird, but like, they're good quality brushes. Palladio brush, this I got from Discam when I was still starting out with foundation, with makeup, etc. It's okay. I like it. It's not bad. I just realized that I don't like foundation brushes. So like, this brush right here, she cute, isn't she? I bought this at a Mimikyu because I wanted a brush cleaner. And this is like the best foundation brush of all of them. It is so thick. There's something about this. Like, it is so thick. Actually, this is the best concealer brush. Let me correct myself. After you've applied the concealer underneath your eyes and you pat it on with this brush, magical. Onto my sponges. Now, one other sponge missing. I'll go get it in a second. My colleague Karen bought me this sponge. Now, I love this sponge. Ne? I don't know where she got it from. I will insert where she got it from right after I ask her. But the problem with this sponge is it's weirdly shaped. I thought, oh my god, cute. Donut shaped or macaroon shaped, and then I tried to conceal under my eyes, and it just doesn't fit really well. It's just awkward, but like, it's really good, and I've thought of cutting it up. I really have, but I can't bring myself to cut it up to make it an angle. And then this is my favorite sponge. Like, guys, like, I need 100 of these. My mom also bought me this when she came back from the States. This is the softest sponge on the planet Earth, and I put it in the washing machine. I should probably not do that. I'm gonna lose it very soon, but I love it. I have bought sponges from Discam, which are like $50, and from the China store, which are like $50 as well. They're stiff, and then you put them in water, and the water does not do anything to those sponges. Like, just stay away. Like, stay away. I recently bought a sponge from Mimikyu. I did laundry, so I washed it with my laundry. I cannot find it because my flat's a mess. But it is so good. I love it. It's so angled. I love the angle of the brush so much. Apart from these brushes, I would recommend, if you're looking for something right now, you want to start away, brushes that I've tried, that I don't own, but I've tried other people, EcoTool brushes. Those ones, they're just amazing. Like Clicks, they're available at Clicks. EcoTools, amazing. And then Mimikyu brushes, be selective, but they're also good. And Real Techniques, like Real Techniques brushes are amazing brushes. So if you want to splurge a little bit more, if you cannot wait the 3 months, just go for it. That's about it, guys. Whew, that was a long talk. I'm exhausted. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up, like, share, comment down below what you thought of this video. Tell me about your brush experiences, like where you got your brushes from, etc. Subscribe, ring the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Bye. Some of the brushes here, yes. So I'll start off by talking another